What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's Dolphins week. Tuesday with the faithful. We got the live call-in show. I'll give you guys the link to join in a minute. Let's drop the intro. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday today. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? It's Tuesday. The 49ers are still 7-4, and it is Dolphins week. We got a lot to talk about today. We'll talk about Raheem Mostert. He apologized pretty much today, or he cleared the air, I guess you would say, on KNBR this morning. I listened to a little bit of that. He was talking about how he basically, his words weren't really taken for what they were. We'll read that up. But we'll talk about that. We'll see what you guys think about it. And it is Dolphins week, and I'm excited. I'm hyped up. This is a big game. This is going to be a fun game. I think the fans are really going to be hyped up because, again, it's a lot of former players on the Dolphins, a lot of former coaches, and they get to go against each other, and it's always going to be a fun battle. There's a little competition, a little rivalry, a little revenge factor to it, so it's going to be fun, man. Let's see what you guys got to say. What's up, everybody? Rhea says, Raheem is trying to take it back. It's too late. RX says it's backpedaling. It is what it is. I feel like he kind of did backpedal a little bit. He said what he said, but he did say that the media twisted his words. So let's pull up exactly what Raheem said. I listened to it, but we'll get you, the words of what he says. We'll kind of go over it real quick because it is something to kind of discuss and talk about, and you got to give him his side of the story. There's two sides to the story, right? So obviously, during the article, Mostert was quoted in saying, "We have way more talent here. It's going to get spooky." He says that we have a quarterback that can actually sling it. So he says that stuff was kind of taken out of context. He goes, "That's not how it all went down." And then he says that the quotes had nothing to do with any comparisons to the 49ers. And the writer incorrectly framed what he said. He said the initial report was specifically talking about Tua and his success. So he says, when I was being asked those questions, I was looking at it from the view of what Tua has done and what Tua had dealt with in the past. He says, in regards to we have more talent here, I was speaking in terms of we have more talent here in this moment than what has been here in the past. Speaking of the Dolphins. And then he says, I could see how that got misconstrued just because they only take certain snippets out of what one person says and alter it so it seems like it's relevant because I'm on a different team. That's not what I meant. He says, I was with the Niners for several years, and I know what the talent is. There's unbelievable talent on both sides of the ball and special teams. I wasn't trying to take shots on anyone. And then he spoke about Jimmy Garoppolo. He says, I would never in a million years talk down on a player, specifically a guy like Jimmy, because we've grown together all those years that I was there, Mostert said. My family and his family, my family is like his family. I've been to his brother's wedding. His sister-in-law and my wife are best of friends, and my wife can't wait to be in San Francisco to meet up with her this weekend. So that's pretty much what Raheem Mostert said in a nutshell. He basically says, I don't have any hard feelings. I would never attack Jimmy. And basically he says when he talked those, comments, it was basically him saying, how Tua was in the past compared to now. He wasn't comparing it to anything to anybody else. That's the one. I don't know. I don't know if I'd by that. And then he did say that he was comparing Miami now with all the talent they have to where they were last year before all the players came. So that's the way he spun it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a backpedal? I feel like it is a little bit of a backpedal because he got caught up, switched up. I mean, the media went crazy on him. I do see that sometimes people that write, they kind of say things, right, that are misquoted, or they kind of twist things in a certain way. I've seen it before, but there's an editor, and before you publish it, you got to present the article to the athlete, to the player, And Raheem's got to read that, and he's going to sit there and say, okay, you can publish this. Like, go ahead and publish it. Right? Don't you think that he would tell the writer to say, okay, you can publish this or not? I don't think he'd publish it without him knowing, right? Because they have done an article together. Because he even spoke about it, say, on KMBR. He says, Tyler Dune, we did a big piece on Bleacher Report during the Super Bowl back in 2019, and it was an amazing article. I remember that article. Very good piece, how he got cut from all these teams. Like, that put Raheem on the map. I remember he got a big-time NFC Championship game against Green Bay, put him on the map. Tyler Dune writes the story, how he was cut from all the teams and da-da-da-da-da, and everybody loved Raheem Mostert. And that article was great, good for him. Now, this article kind of not so good for him, so he's kind of changing the story up a little bit, I feel. I don't know. Again, maybe he's telling the truth, maybe he's not, but it does feel like a little bit of a backpedal. And I feel, again, if you're going to throw this story out there and you're going to let this guy write it, wouldn't you want to check it before he publishes it? So if you knew there was like false information and it was going to be published, tell him to stop the press. Stop the press. That's the way I look at it. But hey, what do I know? What do I know, right? Reyes says, I don't care what he's talking, if he's taking back what he will. We want all the smoke now. There's a lot of animosity in there. You know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, he did welcome all the smoke, all the animosity. Like, even if he took it back and he's apologizing and saying he was misquoted, it's already out there. It's hit the fan. It's personal. It means business. Debo already said what he said. Charles Omenihu said what he said. It's personal. This game's gonna become a rival. It's a revenge game. It's a rivalry game. Like, at the end of the day, it's a rivalry game. You got players that used to be on the team. Now they're not on the team. They're playing against their former team. Raheem, Wilson, all these guys, Mike McDaniel, all the coaches for the Dolphins, they want to go out there and beat the Niners. They do. They want to come out and dominate. And the Niners want to dominate them because they want to look and tell them, like, you left our team, but we're still better. It's going to be a bloodbath, and I can't wait for it. What's up, Peter Parker? He says the Dolphins started watching tape on the 49ers defense, and we're like, damn, got to get knocked out. Might be. I mean, did he backpedal? Again, you guys let me know what you think. I feel like it was low-key of a backpedal. This is a big comment here. Contain Tyreek and Waddle. That is going to be a big part in stopping the Dolphins. Well, without any further ado, I'm going to put the comments in here, or the link in the comments here, and we can get started with today's show. It is basically today's live call-in show, so I'm going to post the link here. That's the link. If you guys want to hop on the show and talk, today's, our live call-in show, hop on the show and we'll talk all about it. I'll let you guys share your thoughts on Raheem Mostert and the Dolphins. And, I like what I do got to say, Mike McDaniel, his response to Nick Bosa and his pass rush moves and, how he's such a good pass rusher. He says that when he was with San Francisco, he remembers Nick Bosa, he'll do pass rush moves anywhere, at the podium, at the soap dish, at the soap dispensers. He'd be always doing pass rush moves. That's funny, man. I can picture Nick Bosa doing it. Anytime he just sees an object, he does a little pass rush move. I can see it. I can see him, little swim move, little rip move, little Nick Bosa. That's funny. This is going to be the ultimate test because you got the student and the teacher. All right. Usually Kyle Shanahan dominates the coach that used to be, part of his coaching tree, right? He's dominated McVay for the most part, LaFleur, and now he's got now he's got Mike McDaniel. This is going to be a fun matchup, and I think that, Kyle Shanahan has a good track record against his former coaches. So I think the Niners have a good chance. I know a lot of people aren't giving them a chance because the Dolphins' defense or offense is very scary right now, very dynamic. I know they got Waddle. I know they got Tyreek Hill. But, hey, Kyle Shanahan knows this offense too. And they're physical. They're not going to go down without a fight. So Juan says, safety will need to play big and help out the corners. Yeah, you're right. Dolphins have a lot of speed. Safety help has got to be huge, and that's Talanoa, Hufanga, and Gibson. They got to be on their A game. They have to step up big. Because, again, they got a lot of speed. Tyreek Hill, he's the fastest man in the NFL. And then you got Waddle. He's pretty damn fast himself. He's pretty close up there. And those two guys are burners. So you're right. Safety help, pressure on Tua, those things have to be in sync, right? So, Ward breakout game. Let's hope so. Biggest backpedal in a while. Yeah, it was pretty big backpedal. Let's check. Yeah, Hufunga. I think Hufunga's going to have another big game. Or he's going to have to, Hufunga's had a really good season this year. It's unbelievable how impressive he's become over the last year. He was a rookie last year, special teams guy. He got rotated in at safety. And this year, full-time starter. And he's just dominating, man. It's crazy how great he is. Just crazy how great he is. So this is probably his biggest test, though, this weekend. You could say the Chiefs. Chiefs were a very, very, very big test. But the Dolphins are very speedy, very quick. And again, Tua's been playing out of his mind. But again, if you get pressure on Tua, the guy's human, right? He's having a really good season, though. But that's credit to Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel has been very instrumental in the development of Tua because last year people wrote him off. There was the interview he says where he looked in the mirror and he would tell himself, I suck. And it was Mike McDaniel that believed in him. And he gave him, hey, look, man, you're great. He gave him a 700-play highlight clip to show how good he is. And it's crazy. Like, that's what you need out of a coach. I do miss Mike. I think he was a good part of this coaching staff. I think Kyle misses him. But, the coaching staff has stepped up this year. You got to realize that it has been a slow start. They have been a little up and down on offense. They're trying to replace a lot of what Mike was there for. He did a lot of, assignments and game film reviews, and he had a lot of control over the run game and setup of offensive schemes and things. He did a lot of stuff that Kyle has to do, or he had to teach like the O-line coach Chris Forster and some of these other guys, and they got a new tight ends coach. Their former tight ends coach Embry went with the Dolphins, so he's got a new staff. So there has been inconsistencies in the offense, especially the red zone. But you got to realize they lost a lot of offensive coaches. So Mike's a big part of that, man. He was a great offensive coordinator. He was a good run game coordinator. He had been with Shanahan for years, 13 to 15 years or something like that. They've been together for a long time. So I'm sure Mike McDaniel wants to show that the student has passed the teacher. It's gonna be a chess match, dude. These guys are both good coaches, and I miss Mike, man. He was funny. He was a good coach for Kyle. I think that was a good relationship, and he was a good coach for these players. They respected him. So. But yeah, man, shout out to Mike. Definitely a great motivational type of coach. He's really helped Tua and a lot of these players. And that's one thing I don't know about Kyle. We love the Niners, and Kyle's always been under scrutiny, but I feel like he's never had that trust between the quarterback with the Niners. Him and Jimmy, obviously there's been some disarray over the years. And then when Jimmy's gone eventually, him and Trey, like, is Trey Lance going to be able to get that type of motivation, that type of connection, that trust that Mike McDaniel gives to Tua? That's what you have to do. You have to give your quarterback support. And the way that Mike McDaniel has done it has been phenomenal. I got to commend him for that. He gave him, again, a 700-play highlight to showcase how good he is. This man looked in the mirror, Tua looked in the mirror and said, I suck. That's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. So pretty cool to see. But this is definitely a huge test for both teams. Now, at the end of the day, I don't want to lose a game, but if we can afford to lose a game, this is one of them because it's an AFC opponent. I don't want the Niners to lose this, but if they have to lose a game over the next couple games, this might be the game that you can afford to lose because it's an AFC game and it's not a division game. So I think the Niners still going to win this game, but it's gonna be tough, man, because Mike McDaniel, again, he knows the system. It's the Niners offense with speed. He's coming out playing his A game. It's going to be a game. Nick Bosa is going to have a monster game. Get all that pressure onto it. So, anyways, if you guys want to hop in and talk about it, the link is there. It's provided. Hop on Tuesdays. You know what we do. We talk to the Niner fans. So if you guys want to hop on the show, hop on. The link is there. 49ers Raj says the cough sounding better today. Yeah, a lot better today. Feeling better. Drank a lot of tea. Speaking of the cough, there we go. Yeah, but every day a little bit better. Shout out to Team USA. Got the dub today. That was good to see. Yeah, I'm excited though I'm excited to see how they're gonna play these wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, he's a beast, man. It's gonna be hard to contain him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mooney Ward, right? Mooney Ward he's good, but they're gonna have to toss on Lenore. They're gonna pick on Lenore, right? Hopefully Lenore's up for the challenge. They got two dynamic wide receivers out there. And as much talk as we want to talk about um, this run game of the Dolphins, right? Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert. People are forgetting about the run game of the Niners. The 49ers run game has been, when they run the ball, it's very effective, right? They have to establish the run. They didn't even get 100 yards against the Saints. I feel that was one reason why they stalled. They got into the red zone and just the lanes tightened up and they couldn't get the score. Just not creative enough, not consistent enough in the red zone, but they got to run the ball a little bit more and, force the teams to get tired. Only had less than, I think he had like 96 rush yards against the Saints. I want to see them run more. We're not going to have Elijah Mitchell. CMC will probably play, but it'll be a little limited. So enter Jordan Mason. I'm excited to see what Jordan Mason can bring to this team. Although I do think they'll call up Tevin Coleman. He's old faithful, old reliable type veteran running back. But I think that Jordan Mason is going to have a big game. He's going to be the guy that steps up. He's a power guy. I think they're going to really utilize his power and his ability to just run down the middle and tire a defense out. I'm excited to see what big Jordan Mason has. That's the guy I've been waiting for all off season. I was looking at this guy and I was like, he's a gem. He's a gem. He looked good in training camp. And, man, he brought it in the preseason when he had to. Obviously, he wasn't getting starters, but he made the most of his opportunities. And now we get to see him in this lineup because of injuries. So, going to be the biggest test of the season. This is probably going to be one of the biggest tests of the season. I mean, you can argue the Chiefs game, but they were a little banged up that game. This game is going to be tough because the Miami Dolphins know them. They probably, I mean, again, you study the film. It's very similar offenses. It's crazy. This is going to be a big test. The Niners four wins in a row. Their shutout streak in the second half is going to be put to a big test against a very, very good offense, a team that could come back in the blink of an eye. So don't count out the Dolphins, man. They're going to be a hard opponent. And it's supposed to be raining on Sunday. That's right now. The reports are it's going to be raining on Sunday. 50% chance of rain. I don't know how much rain it's going to be, but there is going to be rain. If anything, that helps the Niners because the rain will slow down, a speedy guy. So maybe the rain's going to be in our favor. If the rain can slow down the Dolphins, we're in for a good game for the Niners because we could just run with Jordan Mason and everybody else and Debo and CMC. I'm excited. So if it rains, I think that's definitely going to favor the Niners. Yeah, Peter Parker says Mason with the fresh legs. And that's a beautiful thing right now. We're what, week 13 now? These guys are tired. This league is a tough league. You got people beat up, battered, injured, sore. Jordan Mason hasn't done much this season, and now he's coming in fresh legs. He's going to churn out those yards. He's going to be playing with some energy, because he's not tired. He's not tired, and that's a great comment there, Peter Parker, that he's got fresh legs, and he's going to be able to go out there and churn those yards out. Hype. This is the game we need to prepare for the Eagles NFC Championship game to deal with the mobile quarterback. Yeah, you know what? Mobile quarterbacks have given the Niners a lot of challenges over the years, so they definitely have to bring their A game against Tua because he can get mobile in the pocket. We know he can extend plays. He's been having a hell of a season this year, so Tua is going to be a challenge for them, no doubt. He's playing like one of the MVP candidates. You can't take anything away from Big Tua this year, so definitely going to be a challenge. And again, it is a mobile quarterback, and if the 49ers have to play Jalen Hurts in the playoffs, this is one of those games that could help prepare for a guy like Hurts. Although Hurts is bigger, faster, stronger, he's built different, but it is still a similar concept, a guy that could escape the pocket. I just don't think to the extent of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a dog, man. That guy's a beast. Oh, man, he's good. We'll worry about Philadelphia when we have to. We got to worry about Miami Dolphins and whooping them up this week. It's a good question. Danny Gray is probably imitating Tyreek's speed in practice. Yeah, he's probably the scout guy that imitates Tyreek Hill. Obviously, he can't really do the same stuff as Tyreek Hill, but he's got the speed. And when they go out there and do their practice drills, I'm sure Danny Gray's the guy that's going out and running those deep passes. But Tyreek Hill's the guy that could bring this team back, no matter what. We remember the Chiefs game. I hate to bring that up, but Chiefs in the Super Bowl, man. Tyreek Hill, oh, 3rd and long. I'll never forget that play, man. Never forget it. This guy's he's a backbreaker. He's an unbelievable player. So your weather app says no rain. Yesterday, I checked the weather app. I haven't checked it today. So let's see. Santa Clara. Oh, yeah, look, Santa Clara Sunday. Here we go. Sunday, 60% chance of rain now. I'm looking at it right now on my weather app. Santa Clara, Sunday, 60% chance of rain with a low of 42. Woo, it's going to rain, baby. It's going to rain. I better bring my poncho because I'll be there. Peter Parker says, that's why I think the 49ers can really do damage against anyone. Teams are starting to get tired and run down. Throwing a power running back with fresh legs. And that's the thing. The Niners, again, they got healthy at the right time, but they also have to continue to stay healthy. It's a grind. The NFL's a grind. You have to continue to stay healthy through the season. And then you have to have good depth. You have to have guys that can come in and give you a boost of energy. And that's exactly what Jordan Mason's going to be doing. So it definitely, injuries suck, but you don't want to get injured at this point of the season or later in the season. So you get hurt at the beginning, players come back and they can get back into shape and, really help you down the stretch run. Speaking of players coming back, there's a very high possibility that Arik Armstead is going to come back this week. He went to practice last week. He's supposed to be back in practice this week. And, they're expecting him to play on Sunday against the Dolphins for the first time in a while. So that would be phenomenal news if he could play, because we need him to stop the run and help on 3rd and short and all those things. He's just a massive guy in the middle, right? And we really, really, really need him this season. So I hope Arik Armstead could come back. How effective will he be in his first game back? That's to be determined. He may be a little rusty, but the fact that he's back would be nice, because then he could continue to get in shape as the weeks go by. So we'll monitor that situation very closely. But I really do hope that Arik Armstead comes back. 49ers Raj says they're without their left tackle this week. Teron Armstead, he's a phenomenal player, one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL. What is he? He's an all-pro tackle. He's going to be out. He has a pec injury. That's huge for the 49ers. They're going to be able to rush through, get some pressure on Tua, especially with Bosa and everybody. And if Armstead's back, that's going to take some pressure off of Bosa, and he's going to be able to eat a little bit more. So we'll see what happens with the guy. This is a good question from Nia Perez. Am I worried about CMC? I'm not necessarily worried. I'm more concerned about making sure they don't overwork him. I'm not worried yet. He did come back this week during the game. He played through some knee irritation. He's a guy that, again, we talked about it when they got him. They have to make sure they limit him and try to keep him healthy. If they can limit him up and get him healthy and he's able to play in the playoffs, that's when you really can unleash the beast, unleash CMC. Go wild in the playoffs, because after the playoffs are done, he's got a couple months to rest and get his body right and heal. So I'm not worried yet. I'm just concerned that they, may be able to overuse him, but they got a lot of young guys now. Elijah Mitchell's out. And now they have to rely on Mason and TDP and maybe Tevin Coleman. I think it's going to be Tevin Coleman. So if they can use those guys correctly, you're not going to have to put a lot of pressure on CMC. We still need him there. He's a great guy for checkdowns, and he can catch really, simple passes from Jimmy, those little screen passes. We definitely need CMC to be healthy. Not worried yet. I just don't want him to overuse him, because we need him in the play. If we can get CMC a healthy, nice, loaded CMC in the playoffs, they can go crazy with this guy. Let him go wild in the playoffs. He got nothing to lose. And then whatever happens in the playoffs, he can rest up and get his body right. So not worried yet. I'm just concerned that they may. I just don't want him to overuse him. That's the thing. They got to be safe with him. He is a good player, but you don't want to overwork him. So the big key is having a guy like Jordan Mason come in, and Mason has to steal the show. He has to be a gem because the 49ers can't win if they don't run the ball. They can't win if they don't run the ball. I think Tevin Coleman definitely comes in and he's going to play. That's my big prediction of the week, that Tevin Coleman gets called up and he's going to play. I feel bad for TDP. He's a third-round pick, but I don't believe Kyle Shanahan's going to trust two rookies. I don't think he's going to do it against Mike McDaniel. He wants to win. He wants the vets. He is not going to try. In my opinion, I don't see Kyle Shanahan trusting two rookies. I don't see it. I'll be surprised if he does. Shout out to Kyle if he does. I don't see it. Monique says the Niners defense is going to shut the Dolphins down. I hope so. Reyes says, what's the link so I can join? It's right there. Pinned comment on the stream. If you see it, pinned comment. Rhea, pinned comment on the stream. Go ahead and hit that. It's there. I've provided it. So if you want to hop on. Debo can also run. Yeah, he can. He can play running back. I just feel that I don't want to overwork Debo either. He's playing through some injuries too. But you're right. Debo can be utilized as a running back. They might need to do it a little bit more because, when last year when Elijah Mitchell went down, that's when Debo kind of took over. But this year, you got to remember, they do have CNC. So it's not as bad as it was last year. Last year when Debo went down, man, or Elijah Mitchell went down, it was like, we don't have anybody. And Debo came in and says, hold my beer. I got you guys. And he took over that backfield. So, yeah, Kyle trusts his vets, Peter. When like he says, he trusts guys that have been with him before. He knows they know the system. He's not going to get mad. He knows that they're not going to make mistakes. Because his offense is very complicated. And he wants guys that have it down. Because you almost have to be flawless in his offense. Sometimes it's like, it's such an intricate offense. Every little thing has to work. So he doesn't need guys that are still learning and figuring it out, the little nuances. He wants guys that know it, knows the P's and Q's, and is out there to do what he has to do. So nobody's brave enough to hop on today. It's Tuesday with the faithful, and nobody wants to hop on the show today. We usually get a lot of people. I usually get so many requests. I don't know. Maybe I'm struggling. Maybe I'm falling. Maybe I'm what's the word? Maybe I'm falling off. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'm falling. Am I falling off? I just give up. Give up social media. Nobody wants to talk. The stream link is there. So don't say I didn't offer you guys. Because every week I always get people, hey, let me hop on the show. Da, 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 da. So we provide the show for you guys to hop on. And now nobody wants to hop on. I love it. Should we do jet sweeps with Ray instead of Debo? Mike, we should just do jet sweeps, period. I don't care who gets the ball. They need to bring those. I don't know why they don't incorporate those anymore. I thought during the beginning of the season, during the offseason, when they signed Ray, that was one of the reasons they were going to get him, to utilize him as a weapon like that. Jet sweeps and stuff. They usually use him as a deep threat receiver, more so than they do as a gadget type player, you know what I mean? But would I like to see Ray doing more of those jet sweeps? 100%. 100%. I would love to see anybody really doing it. Smitty, he's doing his show. Monique, she's watching at work. It's not even supposed to be on. Well, respect to you. All love. Third and Juan. I love Third and Juwan, man. He's the beast. He's clutch. I need him to get a little bit more touchdowns, though. That's the problem. In the red zone, they're not giving the ball to Juwan Jennings enough. I'm telling you, they just need to give the ball to Juwan Jennings. And I'll tell you, they'll solve the red zone issues. They'll solve the red zone issues. He's a tall receiver. He's tough. He's physical. He'll go up and grab it. Go give that ball to Juwan Jennings in the red zone. That'll fix your problems, Kyle. I'm telling you. Get that man a touchdown. It'll solve it. I'm hyped up. Monday or Sunday. Dolphins. I wish this was a Sunday night football game. They dropped the ball. They're going to have the Colts and the Cowboys. Come on, man. Come on. Will Janoris Jenkins be a contributor this season? I see him being a contributor down the line. Let him get acquainted with the team. They'll put him on the practice squad. He'll kind of, feel himself, get himself felt into the defense and kind of get acclimated. Teach the rookies a few things here and there, or not the rookies, but the younger guys a few things here and there. Yes, rookies. Womack's a rookie. He's going to be a good veteran. Even if he doesn't play right away, he's going to make himself known because he's a veteran, right? And he's going to really help teach these youngsters a thing or two. But I think eventually he might get a shot. And again, too, you never know what's going to happen with injuries and things like that. I think there's a reason they brought in the Jackrabbit, Janoris Jenkins. He's older, he's a veteran, but he's a guy that doesn't need much teaching, and he can be brought in a pinch. You never know when you need a guy. I like the signing. I think eventually he'll be part of this team and making some plays. But right now, his contribution is going to be helping these younger guys and kind of being a mentor. So, Jordan says, do you think he'll be another Josh Norman? I got it. If he turns out to be washed up, because Josh Norman was washed, God washed last year. If he turns out to be another Josh Norman or Drake Kirkpatrick, forgive me. Oh, I will be so pissed. I will be so irritated. I would be so mad. I'll be so mad. We can't have it. You just can't be that bad. Josh Norman was just bad. Josh Norman. He was a forced fumble machine. This is what people loved him because he was a forced fumble machine. He was throwing punches. Of course, eventually, if he hits the ball, it's gonna come out. The guy was crazy. Every time he dropped back in coverage, there's a penalty. Every time. So tired of that guy. Josh Norman. They cut him. They didn't bring him back this year. He's somewhere out, probably selling used cars or something. I don't know what he's doing with his life right now. But I'm glad he's not on the Niners. Beast mode, yeah, 100%. Smitty hates Jimmy. He's never going to give him his flowers. Never will. What's up, Miguel? I'm telling you, though, this is going to be a tough game. It's not going to be easy. Dolphins, man, I feel like they got something to prove, especially after all this talk this week. They got something to prove, but so do the Niners. Again, this is going to be a big feud. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game. I know the Niners have a good defense, but the Dolphins have a good offense, and I feel like things are going to click. Again, Kyle and Mike McDaniel, man, these two guys, again, it's going to be a chess match, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a literal chess match on the field. So, and then you got DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans, he's going to have to figure out what he has to do to stop Mike McDaniel. Any updates on Kinlaw? No updates on Kinlaw. He's still on the injured reserve. There's really no updates on him at this point. We'll see. Hopefully he gets off the injured reserve, but season's ticking away. He hasn't been activated yet. There's 6 more weeks. I don't know. Steve-O, teacher versus student, 100%, man. That's what we were talking about. Mike McDaniel versus Kyle Shanahan. Are you kidding me? Jeez, man. The teacher versus student. If anybody wants to hop on, the link is on the stream right there. It's right there. StreamYard.com/ all those numbers and letters. If you want to hop on the stream, let me know. Hop on. We'll talk. It's Tuesday with the Faithful. Nobody's hopping on. The Tongan torpedo will be blasting the Samoan flipper this Sunday. I love it. I love Hufanga, man. That guy's a beast. He's got so much energy. Can we thank Salah for taking Zach Wilson instead of Trey Lance? Oh, my God. Zach Wilson, man. You guys think his career is done? You think it's done already? I mean, I know Salah's going to let him get another chance eventually. He wants him to learn and kind of grow up and mature, basically, and learn the basics. But he needs to kind of just reset. Is right now he's lost. He's lost out there. But man, he's bad. It's just not good. He's not making the reads. He has not progressed. It's just bad quarterback. It's unfortunate. He looks like a big time bust. A very, very big time bust. So can I post the link in the chat? Yeah, I'll post it again. Let me see. Let me post that again. Here we go. There we go. There it is. You can't see the pinned comment. Maybe that's why. Let's try it again. Maybe that's why. Will it be raining? Yeah, like I said, it should be a 60% chance of rain. I don't know why we can't see the pinned comment. StreamYard's killing you, boy. Here, that's why. Let's see if it happens again. Let's see if you guys can join this time. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe there was technical difficulties here. StreamYard holding me back. Let's see if we get any guess. Give me an invite to the Discord. The Discord, it's RSO 49ers. Go search it up. The Discord was popping this weekend, man. We were streaming the game. It was a hype place to be. There we go.
Yo,
Dad Niner fan, what's good, my man?
nothing much. How about you?
Not much, man. Just chilling, waiting for Sunday. Miami Dolphins, man. How you feeling, buddy?
Man, I'm feeling hyped, man. Miami week. We gonna hopefully get some revenge against Mostert. Talking all that smack, him and Wilson.
Yeah. A lot of talk. He back. Did you see what he said today? He kind of backpedaled. What do you think? How are you feeling about the whole Raheem Mostert talk, man?
Oh man, it kind of irked me because it's like he was being ran through by all these teams. They give him an opportunity on the Niners. He shines. He looks good. They revitalize his career basically, and then he goes on and then talks smack out after he leaves. It's like, come on, man. Like, be grateful for the opportunity that they gave you. I mean, it was no bad blood before, but now it's like,
I mean, again, I don't know if he really did say all those things, and if he's backpedaling, I still believe he's backpedaling. You're right. If he said all those things and he really meant it, man, like, I feel like that was kind of a low blow to the Niners because you know what, they did give him a chance when nobody else would. Like, he was cut 7 times, and I get it. He had a great playoff run, and you know we should be really thankful for that years. But the thing that really irritated me was he was pounding on the table. I remember he basically demanded more money. They gave it to him. And he just couldn't stay healthy. So I feel like he was just frustrated at the team, but he's still injured in Miami. So I don't know, man. I'm still irritated over it. I know he apologized today and kind of like took it back and said he didn't mean it that way, but I don't know, man. I kind of feel the same as you. Like, why even say anything?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's just it's definitely weird to hear like former players talk that way about your team. Definitely rubbed me the wrong way.
It really is, man. Well, we'll see. It'd be interesting next year because I don't know if Mike McGlinchey's going to be on this team next year. I wonder what he's going to say when he leaves his team. Like, I want to know what he's got to say.
Man, I don't care what Mike McGlinchey got to say, man. That dude is buns. That dude is so sorry. I mean, every week, I literally called it on Sunday. His holding time. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be on number 69.
Yeah.
But it's number 69. So I'm over him, man. I've been over him.
Yeah, man, I don't know. He seems like the weak link on this team. I mean, they were getting to Jimmy, man, all day. They was at his neck. They were coming at him quick. They were coming at him like all day. I was like, come on, Mike. There was a play where he just stood there. You saw that play.
Oh man.
And he's standing. I'm like, look for the work, my guy. Look for the work.
This guy was a top 10 pick.
I know, man. That's frustrating sometimes when you see stuff like that. But hey, Niners are still winning 4 games in a row. What do you think? You think Niners win this game?
Oh man, I think it's gonna be a tough one. I think it's all gonna depend on the offense, man. The offense got to show up. I hope that this might be like a little rivalry between Shanahan and McDaniel that might light a fire under Shanahan, and he calls a good game, hopefully. But it's gonna be dependent on the offense because we know the defense is gonna show up. They're gonna ball out, but they can only ball out for so long, and they need the offense to step up.
Yeah, I agree. Offense eventually, like they did move the ball. It was red zone that they really didn't, take advantage of. But this week against a team that can score very, a lot of points, you have to hit it in the red zone. If you get there, you can't mess around. Defense is going to bring they're going to play good, but at some point, the defense is going to get scored on. I mean, they got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. The offense has to be clicking this week. I agree with you, man. But I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I think the Niners win this game, but it's going to be one of those down to the wire classics, man. I'm going to be stressed out on this game. I already know it.
It's going to be one of those heart attack games. I feel, yeah. But I mean, the Dolphins' defense is. I don't think they're nearly as good as New Orleans. At least not their defensive line. The New Orleans defense is. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, they got players there. Cam Jordan, man. Mr. Breezy said that he was eating me. Cam Jordan was killing us, bro.
Yeah.
Like I thought Jimmy was gonna be dead after that game. I legit didn't think he was surviving that game. But Dolphins, if they have a weakness, it's their defense. They did get Bradley Chubb because they needed it, but overall, their defense isn't one of the best in the league. So we can score on them for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I'm going to see what kind of wizardry we get to see from the two outsides of the Shanahan mind, I guess. Mike McDaniel's version and Shanahan's version. There's going to be some fireworks, I hope.
Yo, I already know there's going to be like some trick plays from both of these guys. I already know. I was looking at old plays. I was like, man, I know these two are going to bring the freaking wizard bag out. You remember in Cleveland when they were both coaching in Cleveland, bro, they called that Johnny Manziel. You remember the Johnny Manziel play? He's like on the sideline. And all of a sudden, he becomes eligible, and they dotted up to it. I was one of the craziest plays. I'll probably have to post it on Twitter this week. But those two guys came up with that play. Like, it didn't even look like Manziel was in the play, and all of a sudden, he became an eligible receiver. I was like, what the hell kind of play is that? That's Shanahan and Mike McDaniel in their bag. They're going to do that kind of stuff against each other this week. Bro, my God.
I hope so. I mean, I hope we don't get another Shanahan stinker, man, because
me too, man.
It's just sometimes it's just brutal to watch this offense just go on the field and you know like nothing's gonna happen.
It's because I don't know. He overthinks himself, man. He needs to keep it simple sometimes. You're right. I hope it's not a Shanahan clunker, and I hope that he doesn't get schooled by the student. It's just a lot of pressure on both of them, man. Because Kyle wants to beat Mike and take him to the shed like because he owns those guys. But Mike McDaniel, man, he's a little different than some of those. He's a lot different than those other guys.
Man, I see him with the glasses on the sidelines with a little swagger. I'm like, damn, this he looks like he looks the part for sure.
Yeah.
And his team's been playing damn good. I like what he's done with Tua this year. Definitely a lot of criticisms and doubt on Tua, and he's gone out there and proved everybody wrong.
Yeah, he gave him confidence. We talked about earlier, like how he's giving him confidence is crazy. He gave him a 700 clip highlight of how good he was, and it's like nobody. Like if you're gonna give your quarterback that much confidence, man, he's gonna play good. So shout out to Mike. He knows exactly how to develop his players, and I mean, obviously he brought in Tyreek Hill, that helps. But still, man, he's out there coaching them up, and everybody wrote this guy off Tua. He's like one of the best players and one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And he had that interview yesterday where he was like, dude, I used to look in the mirror and tell myself I suck because the media, the fans made me believe that. And now he's out there having fun. So, yeah, it's going to be – Mike McDaniel's a beast. But like they said in the comments, Kyle usually gets the upper hand on his former coaches. We'll see. It's going to be a good matchup, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited to see how our defense plays against a top flight offense like that because, man, they got some speedsters, man, and they can kill you with that speed. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup this week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. Any final predictions? I'm going to hop on. I'm going to get the next guy on here who's been waiting. Any final thoughts, any predictions or anything for this game or a hot take?
Prediction, I'm going to say like 31, like 28, 27. Yeah.
Oh, that's a heart attack game, man. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's going to come down to the wire. I think it's going to be our defense against their offense to finish it off. We're going to see who's really for real.
Let's get it, man. I hope you're right. I hope as long as we win, I'm happy. 31-28, that would be a classic. Jesus, man. Let's see. Appreciate you, my man.
Of course. You have a good one.
Hey, you too, my man.
All
right. Let's get my man Mello in here. What's good, my man?
Yeah, what's up with it?
Not much, man. How you doing? How you feeling today?
Man, I could barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
I don't know how you turn the
Maybe the mic. Check the
Yeah, I
mic.
could barely hear you though. I hear you on my TV. Let me cut.
You good now? Can you hear?
I can hear you, but it's real low.
Okay, I'll try to speak up. I don't know why. Sometimes the audio gets distorted or something.
Yeah,
But
it's
how you
like
doing?
I gotta put the phone to my ear to hear like you talking on the phone.
Oh wow, it shouldn't be like that. How you feeling, my man? You ready for this
I'm
game?
good, man. I'm going to the game. I'm be out there. Like I told you, I want you to sign my gold jacket.
Yeah, man. Hit me up and we'll I'll sign it up, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be raining. I'm gonna get out there Sunday early and
Okay.
then hit up the tailgate.
Yeah.
And then after that, my boy from the Bay, he said we're gonna go out and do something.
Let's go. I hope we get
Hopefully
it
we
up.
win, because when we lose, I don't want to do nothing.
I feel the same. Yeah, when we lose, it's like I don't even want
Yeah, I don't want to party. I hate that. That shit gets someone. We better be Miami, because Raheem talking all that trash.
to. Yeah.
I ain't with all that. And I seen you on NGN. You was right though. Everything you said was right. Everything
Yeah.
you said was right.
I'm telling you, man, like you can't bite the hand that feeds. Yo, Debo stood up for him. I feel like he was dramatic before, and now he's just being dramatic again. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Man, I want to know what's your thoughts on McGlinchey.
Oh man, he's just not good, bro. Like he's never improved in pass protection ever since they drafted him. Like he's a good run blocker, of course, but you're a top 10 player that from an NFL draft, top 10 player, and you never had a Pro Bowl, you never improved. I don't think they need to bring him back next year, man. He's a liability to me.
Yeah, I feel you. After like Elijah out right now, so we gonna have Jordan Mason, right?
Yeah.
So you don't think TDP gonna get no playing time, no run, huh?
Man, I don't think Kyle's gonna trust two rookies, man. I really don't. I think they're gonna bring up Tevin Coleman because he's that veteran. You know how Kyle is with them rookies, man. I don't.
Yeah,
He does. I'll be surprised, but Kyle just don't like his rookies, man. For whatever the reason is.
dang.
Yeah,
So what time you gonna be at the tailgate?
I'm
And
not
are
sure.
you going to Rush Podcast tailgate, or are you just gonna be up there? Period.
I'm gonna be up there. I'm not sure. I'll be. I usually hop around, say what's up to everybody. It just depends on the game and everything. But I'll be down there. I'll try to get there a little early. I might hit up Saturday with Breezy and Chapman and them.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll
Yeah.
probably slide down
And
on
they
Saturday.
throwing a tailgate party too, huh?
Yeah. So I'll slide down on Saturday, say what's up. Because they're in my town, so I gotta say what's up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, over there, Santa Clara, I went there. I went there last year when we beat the Lambs Monday night. It was popping. That was the game too.
Oh
But
yeah.
at Santa Clara, it's like it ain't nothing to do over there. You got to go to San Francisco,
You
Oakland.
gotta go to SF. There ain't nothing to do out here in San Jose. Yeah. There's nothing to do out here. There's nothing.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to hop on real quick, Raj. Hey, I respect everything you do. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, you the man though. Hey, I
Hey,
can't
thanks,
wait. I'm gonna
my
see
man.
you. I'll see you Sunday though, for sure.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thanks for always supporting me, my man. I love you. Appreciate
All
you.
right.
All right, my man. Let's get the next one in. Let's get them in. Let's get them in. What's good, my man?
Yo, what's going on, Raj?
Not much, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
All right, man. Hey, that was my boy. That was just on my boy Brandon
Yeah,
from the 49er Faithfuls down here in LA.
LA. Yeah, I talked to him he's been following me for a year, so I know I've talked to him before. Yeah.
Yeah, man, the LA fan base is huge, man. Like a lot of people, like when I go up north, they don't think it's that huge, man. I'm like, trust me, man. Like we have chapters down here in the drones wherever we go, man. Like it's Niner fans everywhere down here. You know,
That's
I
for
know you don't like LA though.
no, that's because I got one of my good friends lives in LA, and he's like, bro, there's always more Niner fans out here than LA fans. I was
Yeah,
like, serious? He goes, they know LA fans until they won a Super Bowl, and you see it when you go down to SoFi Stadium. It's like all Niner fans in there. It's crazy,
yeah.
man. Crazy.
Yeah, it's been like that for I mean the longest. Like I've been a Niner fan since I was like 6 years old, man.
Yeah.
So I'm 41 now, and I'm a diehard. You know, hey man, so look, I got a couple of things. All right, so my take on the whole Mostert situation is a little different than everybody else. Like, you know, I think that like he didn't say anything about the fans, or anything, right? It's a little bit different than what Jared McKinnon was saying,
Mm.
right? I just feel like he's catching a lot more flack than what Jared McKinnon said, and he just flat out said like F the Niners, pretty much,
He
right?
said
And
that.
what's
Yeah.
hmm?
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
feel.
you know,
Yeah,
right, man, and but Mostert didn't say that. Like, I mean, of course, he expressed his grievances, and I understand. Like, he's coming from a business standpoint, and of course, man, it was a lot of people that was talking crazy, when he did shut himself down, But I think that he was coming more from a business standpoint, and I think over there in Miami that they're building a culture, right?
yeah,
Because you remember what Tyreek was saying um, about Patrick Mahomes and saying, well, Tua is, he's a much more, better. I think they're just trying to build that confidence up, in their team, right? Like, so that's my take on it, man. I don't think it has anything to do with that, because him and his wife, like, they still like, if you go on their pages, they still respond to 49er fans and talk
yeah.
about how much they love him,
So she messaged me a couple times about like, oh yeah, because I posted some stuff about the old Niners and stuff. She go, oh, I remember those days, those crazy times. And I mean, I supported the dude. I feel like the
Yeah,
fans were just upset because they see like all the harsh words, and it was like fans really came to his support because he did go through a lot of stuff, injuries and stuff. I just think they
yeah,
got, the emotions are coming. It's a big game. The game's right around the corner, and that article just dropped out of like thin air, out of nowhere. It's like, bro, what are you taking shots? So I feel like it was like a weird calculated article, and it did get the fans to respond. It got a lot of views. Like the article did what it had to do, and I mean,
yeah,
part of Raheem was being genuine today when he talked about his comments, and I see what you're saying about building a culture. Like, yo, we're gonna support everybody, and we're gonna gas up
yeah.
too. We love them, but I still think part of me feels that he was trying to say that the Niners weren't as good. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's the way I see it. I just felt it like that because the way it came across. And but because here's the thing, like, okay, if you're gonna guy produce this article and publish it and stuff, you're gonna read it before he publishes it, right? Like you're not just gonna let him publish it. So part of me is
Right.
like, he read it and he said, yeah, publish it. And if you felt a certain way, you should have stopped it before he put it on the presses. So that's the way I kind of see it. So I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, the article went live, and then you started backtracking afterwards because Debo threw a shot at you or whatever. But at the end of the day, it does create some nice juicy storylines to the game. But yeah,
Yeah.
Raheem's a good guy, man. I feel kind of
Yeah.
bad catching a lot of a lot of strays on this.
Yeah, man, and I mean, I'll always have respect. I remember being at the 2019 championship game against Green Bay, man. Like I was there, in the stadium in person, man, and it was just magical. Like that run was just, and I have withdrawals just thinking about, that 2019 season, man. And hopefully this one is shaping out to be a magical season. I think that win on Sunday, it will be a staple win,
Mm,
if we can control those horses, man. And I think that the main part of what we have to do, like our master plan, is our D line has to get the Tua, man. He
yeah,
cannot be able to throw to either Waddle or Teal, man, or we're going to be cooked. You
yeah,
know, man, man, most definitely, man. And Mike McGlinchey, man, like, I mean, I do not like to talk bad about any Niner players at all whatsoever, man. But that
yeah,
guy, it's just like he's big for nothing, man. Like, dude, like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he was all right, in a run offense, but dude, like, man, this guy has all kind of penalties and everything else, man. And I like the way that they're switching him up, but all right, come on, man. This guy has to go. I mean, we have to get someone else in there that's gonna help the offense out because now they're starting to target him. If you
yeah,
see like the defensive line, man, like they're targeting him
yeah,
and they're coming in. Man, every time Jimmy gets hit, most of the time it's coming from Michael Hinsky's side.
right,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I remember there was a play during the Saints game where where you had Trent Williams. He blocked one guy and then he blocked another one. And all McGlinchey had to do was just block his guy. His guy just had a straight way straight to hit Jimmy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, come
No,
on,
straight
dude.
up, man. I was watching 22, and you're right. Like, as I hate to talk trash about these players because they watch me, they see my content.
Yeah,
Their families be following their girlfriends, their sons. They're like, and I'm like, fuck, man, I hate to hit him, but bro, you got to keep it 100. Like, he's a good run blocker, but for being
yeah,
like your boy Brandon, like for being a player that was a top 10 pick in the NFL draft, he's never shown improvement in pass
yeah,
protection. You're right. He's a big ass dude, but he's a big ass dude
yeah,
for what? Like you get bodied on the line, you get babied by linemen, and it's like that play where you've seen it on Twitter. He's just standing there, like bro, what are you doing? Look for work. If you're an offensive lineman, you got to always be looking forward. I was talking to Spencer Burford this offseason, and he says after you make a block, you have to keep scanning. You keep looking. He's a rookie. He knows that.
Right.
League for how many years? What, 4 or 5 years? And he still doesn't realize that, yo, after your first block, keep looking for work, man, because you're right. Jimmy's getting cracked on that right side. I didn't think he was going to
Man.
survive, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and he won't. He won't. If we keep going through the season like this, like he won't, man. He won't survive. And right now, Jimmy is all we have, man. Like if we throw Purdy in, bro, like the season's over. It's done. Right? Like I just don't believe. Like Purdy, don't get me wrong, he has a lot of potential, man. But the season is cooked if he has to start, man. And one more take, man. Like, cause I know it's a lot of people that want to come on. I like the signing of Janoris Jenkins. I think that veteran experience is going to be important. It's going to be key for Avery Thomas. And Womack. So even Lenore. So it's going to be great, man. I think he has a lot more left in the tank. Way more than bus riding Josh Norman should have, man. Right? and I think he has more left in the tank than what Sherman had too. Even though I love Rich, man. Like, but I think Janoris Jenkins is going to be good, and I think he's going to help out the young CBs a lot, man.
Yeah, I like the signing again. Good veteran. I think he still has a little bit left in the tank. I mean, he was at this point he was the best available guy out there on the free agent market. Like, there's not like a lot of big time players. You need depth because you never know what's going to happen with injuries down the stretch. You have to have players that could come in and step up if you need it. Because I mean, we can't predict the next couple of games, and the Niners' luck with injuries, so they definitely got this guy. It's a good safeguard type move. And if they need him, I think he could step in because he is a veteran. He knows the game. He's been in the league, 12 years? The guy's been a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
I think it's a solid move. I mean, I don't expect him to come in right away, but if he has to play, I like the move. So, yeah, 100%. I think it was good. And I like what you said about this game. This is a statement game. If they win this game, this is a huge statement because they haven't really beat. I mean, I know they got a 4-game win streak, and a lot of people keep saying, well, you haven't beat a quality opponent. This right here, if you beat the Dolphins, it stamps them up to show like, yo, we just beat an elite team, put us up in the rank. Like you can't be worse than 2 in the rankings if you win this game. That's the way.
yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, how do you feel about Green Bay releasing Jonathan Abram? What you think about him?
Man, I mean, Green Bay just falling apart, bro. They're releasing players.
Yeah,
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's hurt. I don't know if he'll even come back. I think he might retire this season. I mean,
yeah,
man, I don't blame them for releasing them because their team's falling apart. They got to figure out what they're going to do in the future. They're getting rid of players that they know that's not going to be with them long term. They got a lot of youngsters that they got to kind of develop now. And I mean, I don't think their season's pretty much over. They got to focus on that future. Getting Christian Watson, his development, and everybody else. And the Packers are done, bro. Oh, I can't believe it. It's bad.
yeah. I can't either, man. Like I think honestly they should just shut Rogers down and
Oh,
start the development of Jordan Love and Christian
yeah.
Watson if that's going
I
to be the tandem for the next few years.
I agree, but Rodgers got a lot of pride. He doesn't want to shut it down. Like this is not the way he wants to go. I think he might leave
Yeah,
Green Bay somehow, and if he doesn't retire, I see him saying, you know what, screw you guys. I'm gonna go somewhere else, one last ride with some team. But man, it's ugly out there. I'm glad we're not the Green Bay Packers.
man, most definitely. All right, well, Raj, like I said, I'm a long term follower, man. I
Yeah.
remember when you was at like 3,000, I started following you, so it's
Oh
it's
man,
been a while.
been a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah,
Appreciate you,
it's been
man, over the years. So good talking
no
to you.
problem, brother.
Tuesdays, hop on, man. We usually do the Tuesday with the faithful. So hop on, man.
All right, cool, man. Hey, if you go live later on, I'll be on tonight too, and on
Yeah,
IG.
I'll probably be on the gram.
All right, for sure, bro. All right, much
Definitely.
love, bro.
Yes, sir. See, we got anybody else coming up? Yo, what's good, my man? Chilling up.
What's up,
What's
what's
good?
up, Raj?
What's up, man? How
No,
you doing?
not much. You know me. I'm from SA, San
Yes.
Antonio.
How you feel? You ready for
Um,
Miami?
hell yeah. I'm ready to eat some sushi.
You ready to eat some sushi on Sunday, huh? What do you think about Raheem Mostert, man? How you feel about what he said?
I understand that it's about business, but you could have kept it professional like Wilson did.
Okay. Yeah, I like what Wilson. I think Wilson handled it a little bit better. I think his answer was how he just basically constructed on. I knew they had to do what they had to do. I had to do what I had to do. I feel like he should have constructed like that. I don't. I mean, obviously the media is going to say what they got to say, but yeah, man, I feel like you're right. He should have been a little bit more professional because the moment you drop any spicy quote, media is going to go all over that, man.
And this came out before the game, right?
This came out Sunday before the Saints game. Yeah.
So already this defense is already ready for blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going dolphin hunting.
They coming with the spears. They coming with the spears. They're gonna go hook some dolphins, huh?
We're going deep. We're going deep.
Waters, treacherous waters, man. I feel bad for the Dolphins, man. I feel bad for the Dolphins because they shouldn't have opened their mouth. But I'm sure they're gonna say some nice things over the next couple days because there's gonna be some press conferences. I'm sure they're gonna all say, "Oh yeah, we love the team." They're gonna be all kumbaya, but game time, it's a whole other story, man.
But did you see the article? Did you see the press conference of McDaniels?
Yeah, I did. I did. I watched
Um,
the thing.
I did. He looks kind of nervous.
I don't know. It's just the way he is. He's kind of like that. Got that nerdy vibe, but I don't know. Maybe a lot of people are saying that he seems nervous, but that's just the way he's talking. Because I've watched a lot of his press conferences. He's just an awkward guy. I don't think he's nervous. I mean, maybe he is because this is a big game for him. He's got to go up against Kyle Shanahan, right? So we'll see. I know people in the comments talking about Raheem, going back to Raheem. He went on KMBR. He said that, that they switched his words up. That he kind of cleared the air. He says that he didn't really mean to say it the way that it came out on the article, but I still feel that maybe I don't know. Maybe they twisted his words. I don't know, but he said what he said already, and it's out there.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a good game. I'm ready for this game.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. You got a prediction for the game?
Us. I think I feel like it's going overtime.
Overtime. Okay, overtime. Well, okay. Overtime. Niners
This
in
is
overtime.
Niners up by 3.
3 in overtime. Okay, I don't know if I can handle an overtime game, but we'll take it. Niners in overtime.
I can feel like it's going to feel like it's an overtime.
All right, if it goes in overtime, I'm gonna remember you said that. Overtime Niners. Let's get it. All right, man.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. All right.
Plus I'm getting ready to go to the graveyard shift. So if you're gonna hop on IG, I'll be on there.
All right, no doubt. I'll be on there a little later. You can entertain yourself at the graveyard shift. So
Yeah.
all
All
right,
right, Raj. Thank you
enjoy.
for having me on.
Anytime, man. Enjoy your graveyard shift.
All right. Bye.
All right. Take care, man. I appreciate y'all for hopping on. Monique says, I think Mike McDaniel's got some tricks up his sleeves. I definitely think that both of these coaches are going to throw the kitchen sink out at each other. I think there's going to be some trick plays on both sides of the ball. I really do. I feel like both of these guys are going to call out some crazy plays, some like witch doctor type plays. You're going to be like, what? David says Shanahan owns his minions, so I'm not worried. Again, we said this. Shanahan has a good track record against his former coaches, McVay and LaFleur. Maybe he does. The trend continues against Mike McDaniel. It's hard to beat the teacher as the student, so we'll see. Am I going to be streaming the games on Discord? Yeah, we'll probably be streaming. I don't know how this week's going to work because I'll be at the game, but we'll try to figure it out. But yeah, hop onto the Discord channel, man. It's fun times. It was a good chat. I mean, I hopped in every few when I had a chance because I'm busy running all the channels, but we had a streamer and we streamed the games on it. It was fun, man. It was good. But we'll get better at doing it. This is the first week. But yeah, man, we'll probably try to stream the games on Discord more as much as we can. Gabriel says McGlinchey needs to he needs a Chuck E. Cheese application. Wow. He'd probably be a good Chuck E. Cheese. Don't you think? I think he could. No cap, Chuck E. Cheese is creepy, man. Don't even mess with me with Chuck E. Cheese. What's the Discord? It's on just search RSF 49ers. honestly, this is like the first time I even used Discord, so I'm still learning it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was like, what the hell's a Discord? But here it is. Our SF 49ers game day chat. Our SF 49ers. Here it is. Yeah. There it is. Our SF 49ers. Just type it in. That's my brand. So just hop on. There you go. Steve-O, I'll make you a mod. Because I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never used Discord. I used it like 4 years ago, but I really never used it. Because I had like a group I was with. I never really got on it. Hop on. I'll make you a mod, and you clean it up, make it look dope, and I'll be indebted to you for life. So let's get it going. We got to make this. We got to make let's make our Discord the best Niner Discord that can be. Because I know there's a lot of them out there. Let's make the Niners Discord the best. The RSF 49ers Discord. Let's make it the best community out there. Let's do it, baby. So I'll trust you in making the channel look clean, man. So yeah, hit me up. David says our defense is going to show up big, and Tua will take his first loss this season as starter. I think you're right. I think the defense is going to get pressure on. That's the thing. The Niners have the defense to come to Tua's neck, man. Tua hasn't played a defense like the Niners. I'm telling you, this is going to be hit him in the mouth type football. If we can get him and hit him hard, it's going to be a whole long game for Tua. Because if we hit him, he's not going to be able to hit Tyreek Hill over the top. He's not going to be able to hit Waddle. That's what we need. We need to be able to take Tua down. So appreciate you guys. Let's get a couple more questions on here. Hit me up, Steve-O. We'll fix up the Discord. We'll get it popping. Appreciate you guys. 49ers Ben, Raheem Mostert's interview. Yeah, my man, I finally listened to it. We posted a little snippet of it on YouTube. He did clean up his comments on the Niners trash talking situation. I don't know if I believe him, though. I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. Finn's going to try to run the same game plan as KC. Yeah, they're going to try to throw on us. That's it. Beast Mode says the Dolphins defense isn't that good. The Niners, what do you say? The Niners offense still needs to play good. Yeah, at the end of the day, even though the Dolphins don't have a great defense, the Niners still have to show up on offense. We got to score in the red zone, so I agree. Hey, Boogie, this is what I like to hear. Nick Bosa will cement himself as the clear front runner for Defensive Player of the Year on Sunday. You know what Bosa needs to do? He needs to get a turnover. He needs to have a big play type moment. Like Bosa's killing it. He's getting all the sacks, the pressures, the QB hits, but he needs that turnover. He needs to get that big, like, oh my God play, scoop fumble, strip sack, something like that. Because I think he's the best player in the NFL defensive line. We know how good he is. We know he gets held every play. But the problem is he doesn't have that turnover-worthy play. And that's the difference between him and Parsons. And Parsons, he's good, but he gets those big turnovers, like the strip sacks. He forces turnovers, and that's what they're going to look for. He has to get a big turnover-worthy play. That's what Bosa has to do. He has to cause a turnover that changes the tide of a game. If Bosa gets that this weekend, I agree with you, my man. He will become the front runner. He just has to get that big play where you're like, oh my God, Bosa strip sack. Oh, the Niners pick it up. Touchdown. Oh my, something like that. That's what they need. That's what they need. Hot take. Brandon Ayuk gonna moss Javon Holland. I want to see it. David says Bosa has become a game record. And there's a play to be made. No player can say. You're right. He has become a game changer. Like that 4th down sack, bro. He timed the snap so well. He snapped as soon as the ball. Like everybody was saying how it was offsides. He jumped the moment the play was caught. Like he knew it. He timed it, and he was in the backfield before anybody. And that sack was massive. Like so. Pause. That was a big time play on 4th down. Nick Bosa's a monster, man, and he gets held so much, but he needs to have a turnover on Sunday. He has to. He has to. What's up, Throwback? How you doing, man? How you feeling? Actually made a show on time. I made my show on time today. Feeling better today. I'm feeling so good. I didn't even cough on the show today. We had the faithful in today. This was a fun show. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Let's go, Niners. I hope we get this dub, man. I want to continue the streak. I want 5 in a row. I want 8-4. I don't want to be 7-5. I want to see the Niners be 8-4. Although they have been impressive. They have gone from 3-4 to 7-4. So let's go. We need to get them Sackaroonies. I agree. I'll hit you up, Steve-O, on Discord. You guys hop on to the Discord. Appreciate everybody's support. Yo, we hit 40K on Twitter. We're almost at 209K on Instagram. Bro, I hit 20,000 posts on Instagram the other day. I was like, holy crap, this is a machine. 20K posts. 20K. The grind will never stop. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Monique, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody else in the chat. Love you guys. Thank you, Steve-O. I'm feeling a lot better today, and I will continue to get better every day. So let's have a good rest of the week. Go Niners. Bang, bang. Nine again.